All right, let's just cut to the chase here. There is a loud and overly vocal minority in the podcasting world, specifically in my little corner of it, who absolutely just lose their minds if someone else dares to infringe on their turf and cover topics similar to theirs. They get belligerent with you, they tell their fans to trash you, and they tell you to stay in your lane. When I first started podcasting 9 years ago, I heard it loud and clear. Everybody told me to stay in my lane. Now, this is totally true in some spaces outside the podcasting YouTube world. But let me tell you right now, inside the podcasting YouTube world, stay in your lane is the dumbest thing that anybody's ever said to me. How are we ever going to learn anything new or innovative if we just stay in our lane? How are we going to get ideas to make our own shows better if everybody just stays in their lane? Now, here's the bottom line. If you're not happy with anything that you're watching in the YouTube podcasting world and you think you could do it better, you owe it to yourself to go out there and do it better, no matter who gets pissed off about it. When I first started, there were maybe 5 reptile podcasts out there, all covering different species and different angles on the hobby. And I thought that I could do this as good or better than at least one of these 5. Now, I knew that I wasn't going to do it better than Reptile Radio, okay? And with my voice, I knew that I wasn't going to do it better than Josh Beatty over at Royally Addicted. Yeah, I know. I know that you guys are like, who? Never heard of these shows. But trust me, 10 or 12 years ago, they were pretty big deals in the reptile space. I felt that I could do it better than one guy. So I tried it. And believe it or not, things have worked out in my favor for almost a decade. So I'm pretty happy that I tried. But at the same time, I would love to see another podcast come into the reptile space and incorporate comedy and adult humor into their shows. Okay, I would love it. There's no gatekeeping or jealousy here. I would welcome these guys into the space. I want to see new people come into this space and do things better than I have. Now, that being said, you guys have it a lot harder than I did 10 years ago. There's over 100 podcasts out there right now just in the reptile space alone, as compared to my 5 10 years ago. You guys have to do a lot more to prove that you could stand out and deserve people's watch time. And that is evident by a lot of these shows having 50 to 100 views after they've been on for a year, okay? People are sending you a very serious message. But God bless them. God bless them. They're realizing that the grind is hard as hell. And on its best day, it's rarely worth the effort. But nonetheless, the point is, if you see a space out there and you think you could do it better, just do it. Get a camera, start filming, and just do it. Forget the people that tell you to stay in your lane. YouTube gives anybody their own channel. Your lane is wherever the hell you want it to be. If you're great at it, people will let you know. If you're not great at it, people will let you know. The whole stay in your lane metaphor is used to discourage creativity, it's used to discourage collaboration, and it's usually uttered by people who are scared and defensive about their particular place in the hobby. And speaking of the hobby, all you guys are always talking about saving the hobby and growing the hobby and what do we have to do. I'll tell you one thing, nobody's going to do it alone. Not you, and certainly not me. The only real way to do that is getting together and collaborating with other people inside and out of the hobby. How could any of this be greater than the sum of its parts if everybody's just staying in their own lane? What would the world look like if Elon stayed in his own lane? Or Joe Rogan? Or Beyonce? Oh, okay. Maybe in certain spaces, there's a case to be made for the whole stay in your lane thing. That's why I constantly watch videos and shows by guys like Leviathan Snakes, Herb Collectors, Bash Coder, the Whiskey Bomb Network, and Proper Royals. Every one of these shows and videos have taught me something that I can incorporate to my own videos and make them better. And I want to shout out those guys for doing it all the time. They're constantly raising the bar. At the end of the day, sir, if you want to stay in your lane as far as podcasting and YouTube goes, cool. I mean, that's lazy. It's the easy way out. But if you want to do it, do it. It's definitely comfortable and non-threatening. You won't piss off anybody. But growth doesn't happen in comfort zones, and the hobby doesn't thrive on people making small moves. The hobby needs big and bold voices to disrupt the status quo. And the truth is, the only way we're going to build something bigger is by working together, not working against each other. So if you have something to say it. If you got a better way to do it, then show us. Your lane isn't a boundary, so don't let anybody tell you to stay in it. It should be a launching pad. So punch the hyperdrive and see where it takes you. Listen, guys, if you actually get the jokes that we're trying to do here and you realize that you could love a hobby yet simultaneously recognize the hypocrisy and the ridiculous aspects of that hobby, you're the exact kind of person we want subscribed to our channel. We encourage you to hang around, watch some videos, and if you like what you see there, subscribe to the Fatman Nation YouTube channel. If you want even more of our non-PC honest takes on the hobby, then please consider becoming a member of the Patreon family. For as little as $5 a month, you'll get access to exclusive Patreon-only videos with no commercials, access to exclusive contests only available to Patreon members, exclusive merchandise, plus you get access to extra live streams every month like the open Zoom call for reptile keepers, and the Fatman Nation Discord. Patreon people are the reason that this thing keeps forging ahead. And honestly, every show that we do here on the Fatman Nation is dedicated to them. I love the community that we're building there. Take it easy, guys.